Hi, my name's Keith Cooper, and in this short video I'm going to try and cover aspects of printing black and white photos on the Canon PRO-200. Now, the specific reason I'm talking about black and white on this printer is it's a dye-based printer. And I've heard a lot of people say you can't print black and white on dye-based printers, or not good black and white. Well, I have to say that in the results of testing it, yes, you can. The problem that people refer to is known as Metamerism, and it's how black and white prints can sometimes take on a greenish or magenta-ish tinge to them under certain viewing conditions. Now, it turns out that the Pro-200 here, and I've looked at the pigment-based Pro-300 as well, but the Pro-200 is capable of good black and white results, but you have to be quite careful about which papers you choose. So if you've used another printer and you think, oh, I've got such and such is a really good paper, I'll use it on this, there's no guarantee it will be. So you do have to test things. Now, it prints very well on art papers, for example. Now, why do I say that? There's a picture printed of a flower in the garden, and the blacks here are really black. The colours are nice and vibrant. That's what you get, and this is on a rough textured art paper. So we've got nice blacks. But what about the greys? The problem that you get with some dye-based printers on some papers is that there could be a slight difference in colour between how the prints look. Now, if I take this, which is my black and white test image, and it's a standard image. Here's one, an A4 version that's available for download from the Northlight Images website. Whether it shows in this combination of lighting I've got here for shooting this video, I'm not entirely sure, but two different papers, a different look. This is a warmer paper. This particular paper has optical brighteners in it, so once again it's slightly different. What you need to do if you want to print black and white on the Pro-200 is to get something like a test image like this, and I say it's free to download, and print it and then look at it under different lighting conditions. So that might be daylight, artificial light, it's LED lighting here, which is once again different. There's no point in testing your prints under the kind of lighting that you're not actually going to look at them under. So if you test your prints in daylight, but you intend putting the prints on the wall in your home, then unless you have very big windows and only look at prints during the daytime, your analysis of this is going to be wrong. So anyway, here's an example. This is a photo I used in a recent video about converting colour image to black and white. So there's a black and white version of this colour image. So there's a video that goes into more details about this. But the point is, this is printed on a relatively cheap matte paper, a matte art paper. It comes out really nice. Likewise, as I said, this one is on a fairly stiffish art paper. Works very well. How best to print them? I would suggest, if you're new to this, is print via the free Canon print software. It's very easy to use, very easy to set up, and I've just got an example here which I'll show you. You can see I can either print using an ICC profile for the paper, or I can print using the black and white print mode. Now, for a printer like the Canon Pro-300 and other pigment-based printers, I always say use the black and white mode. They're invariably better than using a profile. However, in this case, it's not so certain. It depends on the paper, depends on what makes the paper white, for example. So hence the difference between a paper with a brightener in and without any brightener in it. So you have to test these. Test them, as I said, in the lighting that you're going to use, because that's important. And then when you've decided that, print your pictures. It's as simple as that. There should be no more difficulty once you've done those initial steps in printing black and white prints with the 200 than it would be with any other printer. But the thing to remember is that if your black and white prints come out wrong on a particular paper, try different settings, try a different paper, but do be prepared to accept that the particular paper you've got just doesn't work very well with this particular printer. Some it does, some it doesn't. It's just something you'll have to experiment with. Anyway, I hope that's of interest. I've got lots more articles on the Northlight Images website which look at black and white photography, black and white printing, all kinds of different printers. So thank you.